Hi, this is Rethik, your biology subject matter expert from memoneet. And yes, welcome to the FLT 10. I hope your previous FLTs went really very well. And I do believe that your preparation is also going really very well. Because for the exam, we have very less time. But yes, not to worry, because since it's a revision time, we have almost covered the entire syllabus, chapters. Um, yeah, there are more number of questions, more number of topics to discuss, so that we'll have more and more revisions, more and more towards perfectness. So without delaying, let us move on to the first question. That is, in the botany, uh, in plants, dash, a slender lateral branch arises from the base of the main axis, and after growing aerially for some time arch downward to touch the ground. So what will be the answer? It will be the mint and jasmine, because in plants what happens, the mint and the jasmine, right, as a slender layered branch arises from the main axis, and after growing aerially for some times, so they will again gradually arch as nothing but grow downwards to touch the ground. So next question is, select the correct statement for sunflower. So what would be the correct statement here? All of them will be the correct statement, because it is a member of the Astraceals family, and the placenta developed as the base of the ovary, and single ovule is attached to it is also correct. A single leaf arises at each node. Then alternate manner is also correct. The ovary inferior is also correct. So 92 will be first. So coming to the 93rd question, that is, in the given diagram, select the organism in which true nucleus or nuclear membrane is present. Yes, this is a diagram. I'll just try to commence it. What do you feel? So A, just generally, I'll be writing here. It is actually stack, right? Yeah, A will be the stack. What about the B now? So stack, they're actually what? They are the prokaryotes. What about B then? So B are dinoflagellates, correct? So handwriting, I hope you're understanding it. So they are basically eukaryotes. Coming to the C, so what does C refers? They're actually the group fungi. Yeah, so you can actually call them as agarus, which is again eukaryotes, correct? Which is again a eukaryotes. And coming to D, it belongs to fucus, right? One, two, three, four, five. Fucus is again what? Eukaryotes. Then E, that is Euspongia, they're again eukaryotes. And the last, that is F, that is Drosophila, female Drosophila, anyhow Drosophila. So again, they're eukaryotes. So what was the question? Yes. And the given, select the organism in which true nucleus or nuclear membrane present. So out of this, nuclear membrane or true nucleus is present in eukaryotes, not in prokaryotes. So out of these six, five belongs to eukaryotes. So therefore, fourth one is the correct answer. 94th question, select the member of Fabaceae family. So out of this, what are the Fabaceae family? How many of them are belongs to the Fabaceae family? It is a direct question. P, correct. Soya beans, correct. Indigofera is also correct. Then Sesbia is again correct. So total you have is 4. So this is the correct answer. So 95th question, we need to select the correct option for the dicot root. So A So, do you see any polar vascular bundle in the dicot root? No. B. Root hair? Yes. Then parenchyma? Yes. Then Casparian strip? Yes. Secondary growth also you will absorb. So, what would be the correct answer? It is only B, C, D, and E. So, what about first? Instead of this, it will be less than six vascular bundles. So, not polarchy vascular bundle, rather less than six vascular bundles. 96th question says that select the correct options for mitochondria and the chloroplast. So, yes, you have to select a proper answer to it. It could be all of them because mitochondria and chloroplast, it has 70s ribosomes, few RNA molecules, single circular DNA, yes, double membrane bounded, yes, ATP formation also we usually observe. Next 97th question where we have to select the correct match. So out of these things, so A is correct. Coming to B, instead of maize, it is actually rice. So this is direct question, my dear children. So you should know. Okay. Then out of C, instead of this, it is actually Fabaceae. Groundnut, again it is Fabaceae. So A and D is correct. So option 4. 98, that is actinomorphin flower are present in which family? That is the question mark. Yes, actinomorphin flower, morphic flower, they're actually present in which family? So they're present in Brassicaceae, Brassicaceae. Then they are also present in the Compositae and they're also present in Malvaceae. Coming to the 99th question. Yes. 99th question says that select the incorrect match for color blindness. So, which is the correct answer here? Option 2, that is carried woman. It is actually an incorrect match. So, the question number 100 says that uh, select the correct match again. So, out of this, hemophilia, sex-linked recessive, correct. Then thalassemia, it is genetic disorder is also correct. Then cystic fibrosis, it is actually a mental disorder is correct. Then the Turner syndrome, it is actually the chromosomal disorder. Okay, that actually the chromosomal disorder. So correct matches like A, B, and C. Where do you see A, B, and C? Fourth one is correct. So 101 question says that the correct match for the Mendelian experiment. Yes. What is the correct match? Uh, Yeah, axilla terminal is correct. Then the round wrinkle is correct. The all draft is correct. Green color of pod, yellow color of pod is correct. So second one, out of this, the correct match for Mendelian experiment will be what? B, C, and D. Because you have to. So this is not a match the following kind of thing. Rather, it is a dominant. They have already given that heading, dominance and recessive. So remember when it comes to here, this will be axial, will always be dominant, and this will be recessive. That is terminal, right? So they will be recessive. So this part, this portion is actually wrong. The given is wrong. So the correct match will be B, C, and D. Second one. So the next question will be one or two, which is uh, if there are 250 snails in a pond, and within a year that number increases to 250 and 2500 by reproduction, what should be that birth rate per snail per year? So it is actually from the organisms and population where they're actually numerical based question. Again, if you want to be away from the mathematics, here the mathematics comes. So now the initial number of the snail that they have given us 250, and the final number of snail after the reproduction will be 2500. That is what they have given. So total number of the new snails will be the total number of new snails will be final number of the snails. So that is how we are going to say, see, the total number of new snails will be final number of snails minus initial initial number of snails. Correct. That means final number is 2500 minus initial number will be 250. So what would be the result of total number of new snail? 2250. Correct. So birth rate per snail per year will be total number of. So this is one thing is clear. Okay. I want you to note down because I don't have place to write. Okay. 2250. Do remember. Okay. So now after this, the birth rate, what should be their birth rate per snail per year, right? So the birth rate per snail per year will be total number of new snails divided by initial number of snails. Total number of new snails divided by initial number of snails. So just now we got the total number of snails, that is 2250, divided by what is the initial number of snails? 250. What would be the answer? The birth rate per snail per year will be 9. So do we have 9? Yes. Option second one. Clear? I'll go to the 103. Given below are two statements. Statement 1 says that the Gauss competitive exclusion principle states that two closely related species competing for the different resources cannot exist. No, instead, two closely related species, okay, competing for same. That is what Gauss competitive exclusion principle state. Okay. Same resources that cannot exist indefinitely. Clear? So statement 2 says that according to the Gauss principle, during that is the competition, the inferior will be eliminated. That is 2. This may be true if resources are actually limited. If the resources is limited, obviously the inferior will be eliminated and the superior is going to lead the position. So statement 1 is wrong, false, but the statement 2 is true. So third is will be the correct answer. So that's why I say you should know actually if the direct definition statement basis, then you should know the statements definition also correctly. Next, coming to the 104 question, what would be the 104 here? Given below are two statement. One is assertion says that, and the another one is reasoning. Okay. So here, see, assertion says that the colon's elegant field experiment showed that on the rocky sea, the larger and competitively superior branchial dominates the interdent area and excludes the smaller branchiae from the area. So this is one thing, that is the Collins elegant field. So that experiments demonstrated that the larger branchials outcompetes the smaller ones for space on the rock sea. Yes, leading to the exclusion of smaller branchials from the interdal area, means the area where they normally live. This is classical example of the competitive exclusion. Remember, it is an example of the competitive exclusion. However, the reason statement generally refers to the they actually do refers to the competition of herbivorous plants, carnivores, which is not directly related to the specific experiment which has been described in the accession. So therefore, while both statements are true, but they do not give a one to one. That means they do not provide a correct explanation to each other. Both the statements are true, but this is related to herbivorous plants and something. Okay, carnivores. But this is no. This is, even though the statement is correct, but it is not relevant to the statement A. That is the assertion. So both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. So the next one will be like the 105. These are regulated as major cause of biodiversity loss. What is it? So one is over exploitation, correct. Then coexistence, correct. Then mutation, no. Then habitat loss and fragmentation, yes. Migration, no. So that means third will be the correct. So 106 is all about the region with high level of the species richness, high degree of endemism, and loss of 70% of the species and habitat are identified as what? So the region with, so it is actually identified as biodiversity hotspot. Direct question. So 107 says that the cryopreservation technique is used for what? So it is actually used for the preservation of the gametes in variable and fertile condition for a longer period of time. So 108 says that, let's break it down step by step. In certain plant, homozygous or yellow seed and red flower. That means two genes. One is seed color and that's what flower color. Okay. So yellow seed, this is the seed color, red flower, flower color was crossed with the plant homozygous of the green seed with white flower. Okay. So that means R of R, capital Y of small y. This is what it is. Okay, so if I need to say about the parent one, and you need to remember here, this is the parent two. So what would be the parent one here? Capital Y, capital R, where parent two will be small y, and small r. Correct. So what would be the correct answer now? It would be, if F1 plant was self to get F2 progeny? That's the question. So what will be the answer, right? Assuming independent assortment of the two character. Do you remember independent assortment? So the answer would be 6. That is, when the F1 plant, F1 plant, you will get the yellow seed, pink flower, correct? So when they are self-crossed. So as a result, an F2 generation will exhibit independent assortment of the two gene. So that means for seed color, what happens? Y, capital Y, small y, capital R, small r, you will get. So when they are crossed link, right, you will get six varieties. That means one, two, three, four, five, and six. One is yellow seed, red flower, yellow seed, pink flower, then yellow seed, white flower, then green seed, red flower, then again green seed, pink flower, and the last green seed, white flower. So totally six. Next is um 109. What is incorrect statement about the ecosystem? So out of these four, fourth one, that is, it involves the function of the flow of energy, but not recycling of nutrients. Instead, it actually involves in the recycling of the nutrients also. So match least one and least two. We need to match the correct one. So it is direct question. Try to match. Yes. The secondary consumers will be wolf, correct. Primary consumers will be the goat, correct. So primary producers will be the grass, correct. So fourth one. So 111 says that following are the stages of cell division. Choose the correct sequence of the stage from the option given below. So what would be the correct statement now? Okay. Uh, See what happens. What about the cell division? How it will happen? First G1 phase. So this will be the first. Then after G1 phase, synthesis phase will happen. So obviously this will be the second. After synthesis phase, G2 phase will come, right? So then this will be the third. After G2 phase, then karyokinesis will happen. Fourth. Then last one is cytokinesis will happen, which is fifth. So third one. Now, 112. Given below are two statements. Statement 1 says that the cell of the upper layer of the epidermis, cells of the lining of the guts, and the blood cells are being constantly replaced. And statement 2 says that the meiosis ensures the production of the haploid phase in the life cycle of the sexually reproducing organisms, where fertilization restores the diploid stage. Both the statements are actually correct here. So the next is 113. Statement 1 says that uh, in prokaryotes, the control of the rate of the transcriptional initiation is the predominant side for control of the gene expression. Statement 1 is correct. But statement 2, the regulation of the lac operon by the repressor is referred to as, it is referred to as negative regulation. Correct. So statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. So 114 says that given below two statement. So in the arithmetic growth, following mitotic cell division, only one daughter cell contains two divide while the other differentiates and mature is the statement one. But statement two says that the sigmoid curve is characterization of only large size organism is wrong. Characterization of all living organisms, okay, growing in the natural environment. So the second option will be the correct. Select the correct match. Normal female child, this is correct. The normal male child, what will be the number? So it will be this. Then Klinefelter syndromes will be related to this. Turner syndrome is correct. Okay. So this is the correct option. We'll move to the 116 here. So select the incorrect match. So out of all this four, which is the incorrect match? The second one, because fumic acid you'll see in which cycle? It is actually CN Krebs cycle. Right. Then 117 we will move. So what does 117 says? Select the correct statement for the gametophyte and the angiosperm. Out of this, all are correct statement. So 118 says that the which of the following is not 2n here. So see, for example, if I'm talking about 3n, it will be the primary. Okay, this will be the 3n, primary endonucleus. Correct. Others are 2n. So second one will be the correct. So 1910 is the given below are two statements. So statement one says that the TCA cycle starts with the condensation of the acetyl group with the oxalic acid and water to yield oxalosuccinate acid is wrong, rather to yield the citric acid, where statement 2 is correct. So the third option, that is the statement 1 is incorrect, where the statement 2 is correct. So 120 says that the matrix of uh, which of the following is what? Incorrect. Correct. So out of this thing, which of the following are incorrect? So one, two, three. Stress hormone is not actually released by the cytokinesis, rather they are by ABA. Okay. So third one is an incorrect. Then the matrix of which the cell organelles has single cylinder DNA molecules, fewer RNAs, 70s ribosomes, and the components required for the protein synthesis and aerobic respiration is actually what? That is the question mark, right? So it is actually called as mitochondria. Next is 122. So what is 122? Tetrad is made up of what? They're actually made up of two homologous chromosomes, each with two chromatides. Correct? Next, 123. Given below are two statements. So, statement one says that the number of the protein synthesis of the ribosomes on the endoplasmic reticulum are modified in the stress of the algae apparatus before they are released from its trans space. Correct. Statement two says that the Golgi apparatus principally perform the function of the packing materials to be delivered either to the intracellular target or secreted outside the cell is also correct. So both 1 and 2 statements are correct. Next is 124. 124 says that greater biological diversity of the tropic than temperate region is due to what? Availability of more solar energy, which contributes to higher productivity. Yes, if there is more solar energy, more higher productivity, more diversity, you will see. So that is what it promotes the niche specialization and leads to the greater species diversity. So 125 says that how many statements are correct with referred to cycas out of these two? So four statements are correct. That is, it is a type of unisexual organism is correct. Then it is a type of bisexual is wrong. Then there the eukaryotes is correct. Seed bearing plants is correct. Growth curve, secondary growth curve is also correct. So totally four. Second one, 126. So what does 126 says here? Uh, Equistemum. So here we need to select a correct statement for this. So 126 says that in ecostomum, vascular tissues is present, correct. Then rhizome is present, correct. Then strobilum or cone is absent. Yes, rather it is actually present, correct. Then what about the dominant stage? Yes. Then there are true roots, stem, and leaves are present is correct. So A, then B, D, and E. Where do you see this? Third one. So third is the correct option. 127 we will move. So 127 says that in animals are during which phase the centriole duplication in the cytoplasm. In the yes phase, right? 129, do you remember this diagram? What does it says? It says uh, A minus P will be actually 700. So the statement, select the correct options for given diagram. So this is wrong. Then C will be the photosystem one. So this one, that is the second option, is correct. So 129 says that in the photosynthesis equation, what is the number of molecule of water in the reactant and product respectively? Do you know the synthesis of that equation? CO2 plus H2O will in presence of light, correct? So you'll get C6H12O6 and H2O you will get plus O2. So in photosynthetic equation, the number of the molecules of water in reaction will be 12 and the product will be 6. So second one. Next is 130. What does 130 say? Select the incorrect options for the chloroplast. So out of this, cystic, because that belongs to the mitochondria. 131 says that a very similar experiment involved using the radioactive thymidine to detect the distribution of the newly synthesized DNA in the chromosome was performed on the Vika Fab by, that is, Taylor and the colleagues in 1958. It is a direct question. Okay. So 132, select the incorrect match. So out of this, what will be the incorrect match? The fourth one, because instead of the ovarian cavity, so you will see in the locule. So fourth is the incorrect match. So 133 actually says about the select the plant cell. So which will be the plant cell here actually? The second one, bulliform cell will be the plant cell. So rest all these three are animal cell. Easily you can say it, Leydig cells, ectolic cells, alpha cells, they are animal cell. So bulliform cells you will see in plant. 134 is about select the incorrect statement for plant tissue organ. So out of these four, second one will be the incorrect because in dicot root, so instead of parenchyma cells, they are actually walled with what? They are parenchyma cells with intercellular space. Second one. So 135 says about the select the correct statement of the replication. So out of this, all four are the correct statement of the replication. I hope it is very clear to you with respect to the botany concept. And yes, if you still find anything down, you can comment, you can message in the comment section and feel free to discuss where you're lagging, what is your problem with regards to the preparation. We are here to help you out. All the best for your upcoming test. Also, keep on revising because revision is very important and crucial at this period of time. Okay. All the best.